All right, we're continuing the issue series. Today's title is Love Growing. If we want to really get free of our issues, the key is love. The more we grow in love, the less, and most of our issues come from people. Problems are with other people. Thing is, as we grow in love, our love for one another increases, and it's easier to look past other people's faults. So if we really want to live a life that is more peaceful and has less issues, the only way to do it is growing in love. Love is it. And so as a Christian leaders, our responsibility above all else is to create an atmosphere where relationship with God is pursued above all else. And with that relationship with God, because as we grow in love for God, as we receive more of his love for us, it now is automatic that we begin to love others better. And therefore, we're not caught up in all these issues. You know, we can focus so much on the issue, dealing with it, and never really get anywhere. The best way to deal with our issues is focusing on the answer more than the problem. The answer is love, and God is love. So as we give our full undivided attention, not on our issues, not on our problems, but on God who is love, as we open our hearts to receive his love now will overwhelm us, and we will begin to look at those around us with the eyes of love. And the things that they do and the things that they say won't affect us so much, and we'll have less issues. So love is it. You know, often in the body of Christ, we think of growth in the prophetic, growth in the apostolic, and in signs and wonders and miracles. But if we really look at 1 Corinthians 13, the love chapter, we really see that none of those things amount to anything. They're just clanging cymbals without love. Here in 2 Thessalonians 1, Paul is impressed. What by the Thessalonians? Two things: that their faith is flourishing and they're growing in love for one another. And really the two go together. As we grow in love, see, love and faith are both action words. They're verbs. Verbs mean action. So if we're really going to see, the biggest frustration often is in churches is the lack of volunteers. Biggest frustration with out in the fields. The fields are ripe for the harvest, but pray for the laborers, for they're few. More laborers, but why? How does laborers arise? Love. See, love and creating an environment of love increases faith. And faith brings forth action. So we want to see a group of people that we're leading more involved, more active. Sorry about that. The key will be an environment of love. As we grow in our love for God, so we grow in our love that we're receiving from God, we will grow in love for each other. And at the same time, our faith will increase. And we'll want to be more involved with the work of God. Because the Bible says if we love God, how do we show our love for God? By obeying his commandments. And his number one commandment is to go into the world and make disciples. So love is it. It's the key. We can pack our church with activities. There's churches full of people, full of activities, and yet lacking in love. So I believe we need to strip back from a lot of our activities and keep things simple. Just worship God, pray, seek his face, receive his word, and find time to connect with each other so that we can supply, because that's what Ephesians 4:16 says, we supply grace to each other to grow in love. So the latter part of 2 Thessalonians 1 says Paul's prayer for the Ephesians is that they would live, for the Thessalonians, is that they would live lives worthy of their calling, that they would honor God with their lives, what we say, what we do. So for us to live honorable, godly lives, love is it. Because how do we reflect God? How do we honor someone? How do we honor our parents? By doing what they've asked of us. How do we honor God? By obeying what he's asked of us and reflecting him. And who is he? He has many different names, but above all, he's known God is love. So if we want to honor God, we got to grow in love. And how do we do that? Get an environment with other believers that are pursuing God. And as we pursue God together, his love will grow in us. We'll receive his love from him and each other. And we will abound, and our hearts will want to be obedient and faithful witnesses. And the church will increase, and the church will grow. And it all comes down to, there's many classes and courses out there, conferences and retreats on how to grow the church. There's one way to grow the church, and that is growing in the love of God. If we grow in the love of God, the church will grow. Love is contagious. Love is like a fire. When you're full of love, all the people are dying for true love. If we can give it, we will always be growing. I hope this word encouraged you today. God bless you. I just pray that each of you would be drawn closer. That's my prayer for myself, is that people will see God in me. And through that, they will be drawn closer to him. And I pray the same for you, that people will see God in you. They'll see his likeness because of your love and be drawn closer to him. And you have a greater impact in the people in your circle. Have a wonderful day. Until next time, God bless you.